This is easily one of my favorite lectures at the Tech Up Girls because of how important your email is, and most people take it for granted. In this lesson, I'm going to be walking you through you and your email. Now, a proper email address can create a professional image and ensure that communication is delivered to intended recipients and enhance the ability to securely access various online accounts and services. I've seen people lose jobs because their email address was sexymama at 2022 at gmail.com or something like that. And I hope that by the time you're done with this lesson, you go and change that. You create something better. When you have a professional email, it can increase your chances of getting response from a desired recipient. When someone sees a funny email, maybe an email with too many numbers or a funny looking email, you begin to think, is this not scam, or is this person serious with their lives? I remember a time when short hands was trending on the online media stage. Someone whose name is Olamide, OLA, will write HORLLALE, whatever, and all of that. Now you don't do that anymore. It it kind of tells people the way you think, and most times they judge you maybe wrongly, or it kind of affects your chances. Having a proper email address is important because it can improve your professional image. It can also increase your security because a professional email address is less likely to be compromised, and it kind of helps you protect sensitive information. It increases reliability, right? A proper email is an email that is regularly checked and maintained. It will most likely receive important messages, and it can help you to avoid missing important communication. If your email is funny and they're sending an email maybe with a server or something, it can pick it up if you're not careful as a spam, and you might not get important information. It provides versatility. It also facilitates communication because a clear and concise, easy to remember email address makes it easier for people to get in touch with you. It also increases organization, right? Having a separate email address, I encourage that for both your personal and professional communication. For example, you're applying for schools or stuff. Why don't you create a special email address for that? For example, I have an AOL email address for professional purposes, and I have a Gmail for my personal stuff. So when a mail goes to my AOL, I know most likely something serious. On my AOL mail, I also do not subscribe on things there. I don't subscribe for newsletters and all of that. It's strictly professional. So it just helps you keep things organized, and it also helps you with branding. If you get a website, or when you get a website, you can create professional email address with your domain name or something. You might be wondering, why is an email a critical part of your online blueprint? It's critical because it's basically a universal communication tool for you. It allows you to send and receive messages from anywhere in the world, internet connection. You want to make online transactions, job applications, purchase products, receive invoice, is usually through your email. They'll ask for your email. With your email, you can also store important information. I tell people that some people can lose numbers or change numbers, but the probability of them losing an email is very slim, right? And an email also increases productivity and serves as backup. Overall, is a critical part of an online blueprint. You want to log into anything, even social media. If you notice online, you're usually asked for your email. It's more like your social security number, your identity on the online media space. Now, when it comes to email, there are different email service providers that you can use to create your email, from Gmail to Microsoft Outlook to Yahoo Mail and the rest, Apple Mail, Zoho Mail, and all of that. These companies offer hosting and management services to both individuals and organizations. And like I said, I've listed quite a number of them. Now, irrespective of the one you use, you can check them out. Some of them are absolutely free, while some have different prices or security options. So you want to check. Some of them are easily spammed. Some of them, when you use them and you sign up for stuff, the what you sign up for, you always get the email in the junk mail and all of that. So you want to check which one is advisable. Now, irrespective of that, you can also have more than one email. I used to have a Yahoo mail as well. I have Gmail, I have an Outlook mail. AOL is not here. There's AOL mail as well. AOL is by Yahoo as well, but I used to have both Yahoo and all of that. So you can actually have more than one on all this on different um, email service providers. You can have more than one email, but know which one is used for. Gmail is usually generally or more widely accepted. With Gmail, you kind of can separate, like schedule, separate your emails into different categories or folders. And because there's this thing called one Google, where most times you go to most websites and they'll just ask you sign up with your Google account, or you can sign in. I think Facebook is also turning towards there. You can actually sign up or sign in with your Google account with most platforms. So usually, even if you have other mails, I always suggest that you also kind of have a Gmail account. Now, when you're creating an email account, it's very important that the email account has your name and surname. Your name and surname. So my name is Excellence Enrica Joshua, which is really long. So most of my email account has excellencejoshua at gmail.com or something. So you should have your name and your surname. Or if your name is too long, you could have maybe your name and maybe an abbreviation. So, for example, excellencej at gmail.com or excellence at gmail.com. That's more professional, not sexy excellence or sexy Joshua. It's a no no. And try as much as possible not to add numbers. It doesn't look very professional to your URL. Try as much as possible not to add numbers. Try to make it your name. I know that some of us have common names that other people must have answered and maybe even secured in the works in the URL, so you're not able to find it. You might want to find a way to tweak it, maybe using periods. That's when I mean period, I mean a dot or something, or hyphen, but not too many hyphens, or a dash or something to separate it. Now, if you're a lady, you might need to also be careful. I always say this because most ladies that are unmarried, when they get married, they get to change their name. And so, because that email they've already had, for example, Excellence Joshua, and I get married tomorrow, and my husband's name is, I don't know, maybe Peter or something, and I have this mail, I don't want to lose it, and you can't definitely change it unless you create a new one. It takes a little while to transition, except maybe I decide to hyphenate my husband's name to my name. So for people like that, I generally encourage, when you want to create a lasting blueprint, try to avoid using your surnames. So instead of, if I'm cool with my surname and I think I'll have it for a while and maybe hype my husband's name if I get to change it. That's my personal opinion. But I'm not selling that to you. But if I'm someone that I know I'm going to change my name to my husband's name, or I'm not sure because it might happen, I might have something like Excellence Anurika at gmail.com. So Excellence is my first name, Anurika is my middle name. It will always be. It's only my surname that might change, right? So you can now decide to have maybe your first name and your middle name, or just your first name to, or maybe Miss Joyce at gmail.com or something, to set up your email. So please, when we were going